Good day, everyone. Today, we are here to tackle into a critical aspect of business operations, and that is quality management systems or QMS. In a world where excellence is not just a goal but an expectation, implementing an efficient QMS is a paramount. It's not just about meeting standards, it's about exceeding them consistently. Join me as we explore the fundamentals, benefits, and best practices of quality management systems and discover how they can transform your organization into a beacon of quality and customer satisfaction. Before we are going to dive into our conclusions, let me share to you first the learning objectives of our topic. Number 1, define the term quality. Number 2, explain why quality is important and the consequences of poor quality. Number 3, identify the determinants of quality. Number 4, describe the cost associated with quality. Number 5, describe the TQM, or should we say total quality management. Number 6, give an overview of problem solving. Number 7, give an overview of process improvement. And last but certainly not the least, describe and use various quality tools. Whenever we're going to hear the word quality, it is usually associated with the ability of a product or service to consistently meet or exceed customer expectations. Why do we need to meet or exceed expectation of our customers? Meeting or exceeding customer expectations is crucial because it leads to customer satisfaction, which in turn drives loyalty, positive word of mouth, and repeat business. It also helps businesses stand out in competitive markets, build a positive reputation, and drive growth. Additionally, focusing on meeting customer expectations foster a culture of continuous improvement within an organization. Now that you have learned the definition of quality, allow me to introduce to you a new topic of when does quality management evolve or when did it arise? So in 1924, a statistical process control chart was made for organizations in order for them to facilitate the quality of service that they provide to their customers. In the 1930, there are what we call the creation of tables for acceptance sampling. And in the 1940s, the statistical sampling techniques were used. It is usually accommodated with different types of research procedures, and it is one of them. And on 1950s, we also have the quality assurance or the TQC. And on the 1960s, the zero defects. So usually at this time, organizations are really trying to do its best to really execute quality amongst its productions in order for them to avoid defects, which leads to a waste of resources. And finally, in the year 1970s, quality assurance in service was introduced to its customers in order for them to develop a continuous development or improvement with regards to their operations. At this moment, we are now going to distinguish the difference between quality assurance and a strategic approach. So when we're going to say quality assurance, it usually emphasizes on finding and correcting defects before reaching to the market. So, for example, a software development company may implement a quality assurance practices by conducting thorough testing at each stage of the software development life cycle. This includes unit testing by developers, integration testing to ensure components work together, and user acceptance testing to ensure the software meets customer requirements. By identifying and fixing defects early in the development process, the company can prevent issues from reaching customers and ensure a higher quality product. While strategic approach is a proactive, meaning it focuses on preventing mistakes from occurring. It is also providing greater emphasis on customer satisfaction. For example, a manufacturing company might implement a strategic approach by investing in training programs for employees to ensure they understand quality standards and best practices. They might also use data and analytics to identify potential issues early in the production process, allowing them to take corrective actions before defects occur. This proactive approach helps the company deliver high quality products to customer and build a reputation for excellence. In dealing with the dimensions of quality, there are 8 things that we really have to consider. Number one, performance, which is the main characteristics of the product or service. Number two is the aesthetics. It talks about the appearance, the feel, the smell, and the taste of the product or service. Number three, it's the special features. Like for example, an extra characteristics that would be able to make a potential customer to buy the certain products. The number four, the conformance, or how well a product or service conforms to customers' expectations. Number five, reliability. It talks about the consistency of the performance. While number six, it talks about durability. So, when or how much is the useful life of the product or service? Then number seven, the perceived quality. It talks about the indirect evaluation of quality. Example, reputation. And number eight, the serviceability or the service after sale. So here are the examples of each of the dimensions of quality. So number one is like for example, there is a product. So a product is an automobile. So everything works, fit and finish. Ride, handling, grade of materials used. So those are one of the things that we really have to consider when we're going to deal with performance on their product. Then when it comes to service, it should be all work done at agreed price. So the friendliness, the courtesy, competency, the quickness, so those are part of how should a performance be defined by the dimensions of quality and so on and so forth. So for the aesthetics, the special features, reliability, durability, the perceived quality, and the serviceability. In dealing with service quality, there are certain factors that we really have to consider or to bear in mind in order for us to know if that customers would be willing to spend their time, money, and resources just to visit and avail our products. So there are 7 factors and there are also 7 questions that would be able to answer for each factors, like the convenience. Was the service center conveniently located? Yes. Then the reliability, responsiveness, time, or how long did the customer wait. We also have some assurance. So, did the customer service personnel seem knowledgeable about the repair? Then the courtesy, were customer service personnel and the cashier friendly and courteous. It is very important that we really have to be accommodating and provide a conducive environment for our customers for them to feel welcome in entering our business. And we also have some tangibles, which is talks about where the facilities clean or the personnel neat while they are rendering the service upon your request or even upon not your request. So, upon knowing what a quality service is about, there are certain things that we really have to think about. It is not an easy job for a certain organization to facilitate certain quality service or service quality if there are a lot of people roaming around the organization. So, but here are the challenges that aligns with service quality. Number one, customer expectations often change. Yes, it is true because we really have to bear in mind that our customers have an unending limit when it comes to their expectations. So we really have to work for continuous improvement. Then, second, different customers have different expectations. Yes, it is true. Number three, each customer contact is a moment of truth. Then, number four, customer participation can affect perceptions of quality. So, there are certain customers that would love this type of taste of the product or they love this kind of service, but there are also some customers or client that doesn't like that. So, every individual has a unique perceptions of the product, so we really have to make prior modifications as to what should be the customers likings about our product or service offering to them. And finally, fail safing must be designed into the system. Apart from that, fail-safing, also known as Pokayok, is a concept in quality management that aims to prevent errors or defects from occurring in the first place. So, the term Pokayok comes from Japanese and means mistake proofing or error proofing. We are being gulped by the informations that we have learned about quality management system, and we are now down to the determinants of quality. How should we be able to know if the quality is achieved? So there are a lot of things, or there are four things that we might be able to consider. So first one is the quality of design. So is it intention of designers to include or exclude features in a product or service? Then number two, quality of conformance, which the degree to which goods or services conform to the intent of the designers. The number three is ease of use. It talks about the user friendliness of the product or service. And finally, the service. It refers to the way how you provide superior services to your customers. In reality concept, we really cannot control nor supervise the process or the quality of our productions in the organization that leads to an erroneous procedures of our operation that leads to poor quality. And apart from that, here are the four consequences of poor quality if something happens to the organization. So number one is the loss of business. So poor quality products or service can lead to dissatisfied customers who may choose to take their business elsewhere. This can result in a loss of market share and revenue for the company. Number two is the liability. So if a product defect causes harm to a customer or user, the company may be held liable for damages. This can result in costly legal battles, settlements, and damage to the company's reputation. Then third one, productivity. So poor quality can lead to inefficiencies in production or service delivery process. This can result in wasted time, resources, and effort, ultimately affecting the company's productivity and profitability. And last but certainly not the least is the cost. Fixing defects after they occur can be costly. This includes the cost of rework, repairs, and replacements, as well as the cost of managing customer complaints and returns. Poor quality can also lead to increased warranty claims and higher customer support cost. Now, we are going to know the responsibility for quality. So there are things that we really have to bear in mind, that these are the concerns or the areas of responsibility in dealing with quality. Number one is the top management. Number two, the design. Number three, the procurement. Number four, the productions or the operations. Number five, quality assurance. Number six, packaging and shipping. Number seven, marketing and sales. And lastly, the customer service. Cost of quality refer to the cost incurred by a company related to ensuring product or service quality. So these costs are categorized into five categories. So number one is the failure cost. So costs incurred by defective parts or products or faulty services. Number two, the internal failure cost. So cost, or it is a cost incurred to fix problems that are defected before the product or service is delivered to the customer. Number three, external failure cost. So all costs incurred to fix problems that are defected after the product or service is delivered to the customer. Number four, appraisal cost. So these are the cost of activities designed to ensure quality or uncover defects. And finally, number five, the prevention cost. All TQ training, TQ planning, customer assessment, process control, and quality improvement costs to prevent defects from occurring. In dealing with the ethics and quality, so there are certain rules or moral conduct that every organization should follow in order for them to achieve a certain level of quality in their operations. So it is having knowledge of this and failing to correct and report it in a timely manner is unethical. So here there are also some things aside from that, give and quote. There is also some ethics with regards to quality management. So first one is the substandard work. So it means that substandard refers to something that does not meet the required standard or quality. So it indicates that the item or process is below the expected level of performance, safety, or quality. In the context of products, or substandard product may be defective or not function as intended. So in the context of processes or practices or service, substandard refers to those that do not meet established norms or requirements. So aside from that, here are the certain characteristics in which you consider a product or service is substandard. Number one, defective. Number two, substandard service. Number three, poor design. Number four, shoddy workmanship. Number five, substandard parts and materials. Total quality management. So it is a philosophy that involves everyone in an organization in a continual effort to improve quality and achieve customer satisfaction. So the total quality management approach usually has five things to remember. Number one, find out what the customer wants. Number two, design a product or service that meets or exceeds customer wants. Number three, design processes that facilitates doing the job right. The total quality management also have some obstacles in implementing it. So it happens when the organization is lack of one company-wide definition of quality, a strategic plan for change, customer focus, real employee empowerment, strong motivation, time to devote to quality initiatives, leadership, poor inter-organizational communication, view of quality as a quick fix, emphasis on short-term financial results, and the internal political and turf wars. A turf wars refers to a conflict or disputes between groups or individuals over control or dominance in a particular area or sphere of influence. This term is often used metaphorically to describe situations where different groups or individuals compete for power, resources, or influence, often leading to confrontations or clashes. Turf wars can occur in various contexts, such as business, politics, or organized crime, where there is competition for control or authority. In evaluating total quality management, criticisms might be able to arise if there are blind pursuit of TQM programs. Number two, programs may not be linked to strategies. Number three, quality-related decisions may not be tied to market performance. And lastly, failure to carefully plan a program. So in order for us to determine the total quality management, there are basic quality tools that we might be able to use. So number one are the flow charts. Then we also have some check sheets, histograms, Pareto charts, scatter diagrams, control charts, cause and effect diagrams, and Gantt charts.
Continuous improvement is a philosophy that seeks to make never-ending improvements to the process of converting inputs into outputs. So in Japanese, it is what you call kaizen, or meaning word for continuous improvement.
We are now down to the second to the last subtopic of our discussion for today, which is about the Six Sigma. So, Six Sigma is a business process for improving quality, reducing cost, and increasing customer satisfaction. So, Six Sigma has also some programs that they vouch to commit. So, number one is the improve quality, save time, cut cost, design, production, service, inventory management, and delivery. So, it has also some management type that they really tend to focus, which are the following: providing strong leadership, defining performance metrics, selecting project likely to succeed, selecting and training appropriate people. And lastly, the Six Sigma team. So here are the Six Sigma team: the top management, the program champions, the master black belts, and the green belts. So when we're going to say top management, so the top management provides leadership resources and support necessary for the Six Sigma program success. They are responsible for setting the strategic direction and goals of the program, while the program champion are the senior executive who serve as the main advocate and driver of the Six Sigma program within the organization. They provide guidance, support, and direction to the program team. So while the master black belts are highly trained and experienced Six Sigma experts who provide guidance and mentoring to black belts and green belts. They are typically lead complex improvement project and help drive the overall Six Sigma strategy. So, the black belts are full-time Six Sigma project leaders who are responsible for leading improvement project management in the organization. They undergo extensive training in Six Sigma methodologies and tools and work closely with green belts and other team members to achieve project goals. So while green belts are the part-time Six Sigma project team with members which assist black belts in executing improvement projects. They receive training in Six Sigma tools and techniques and typically work on projects alongside their regular job responsibilities. Each of these roles plays a crucial part in the success of a Six Sigma program, working together to identify opportunities for improvement, implement changes, and drive continuous quality improvement within the organization. So, apart from the Six Sigma team, we also have some Six Sigma process, the DMIC. So, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So, which talks about the basic steps or the problem solving. So, here are the following: the define the problem and establish an improvement goal, define, measure, and collect data. Step 3, analyze the problem. Step 4, generate potential solutions. Then step 5, choose a solution. Step 6, implement the solution. And step 7, or the last step, is to monitor the solution to see if it accomplishes the goal. So that's all. Thank you.